we about to have a little talk. If you're afraid of posting your content, I could have been like, oh, I'm not gonna make a video about UGC until I make it big. Girl, post the content. Hey y'all, it's Christelle, and we're gonna do our makeup and talk UGC today because I realized I've basically been gifted almost like a full face of makeup. So we're gonna do my makeup with the products that have been gifted to me, and we'll talk about my UGC journey, any advice I can give, you know, how I started, when I started, why I started, what I wish I knew. And I'm by no means an expert. I'm still finding my way. If you are on a journey and you are trying to, it used to be break into tech, now we're trying to break into UGC, drop it in the comments, let me know, because it's hard. Content creation is hard in general, and that's what they don't ever tell you. But I'm excited to be doing my makeup with y'all today with all the products. Not every single product in this video was gifted to me. I'll make sure to put that distinction. But yeah, the foundation, no pun intended, of a good makeup like look is good skin prep. And luckily for me, I have been gifted some skincare products. I'll be right back. We're gonna be using this set from Fresh Beauty. It is the Soy Face Cleanser and the Kombucha Facial Essence Treatment. And then we're gonna go in with hyaluronic acid from The Ordinary. I was not gifted this. However, I have been gifted the vitamin C serum as well as a glucoside foaming cleanser from The Ordinary. So I love The Ordinary, and we're just gonna use the hyaluronic acid. It's my favorite one. It's inexpensive and very moisturizing. And then I moisturize. This is Paula's Choice C5 Super Boost Moisturizer. Sometimes I like to double my steps.
You know I had to double it.
Yeah, this is my favorite moisturizer thus far. Pharmacy Honey Halo. I got it in the travel size, but I'm definitely gonna get a full size next time, or hopefully they'll send me some. It is empty. I literally never use my skincare products till they're empty, but this moisturizer, the truth. Every single one of these can be bought at Sephora. That's my favorite store. I love Sephora. I love beauty. I love skincare. And yeah, so we're gonna go do all of that off camera, and then I'll come back with moisturized and hydrated skin, and then we'll get into the UGC because I know that's what y'all here for. Period. All right, so it's like, why do these things happen when you start to film? You was never doing none of that. You know what? I think a good place to start would be, what is UGC? But first off, we're gonna start with primer. Milk Makeup was the first one, gifted me their Hydro Grip Primer, loved it, and got it in the full size. So what is UGC? UGC stands for User Generated Content. It's different than influencing, and sometimes brands forget that, but influencing leverages your following. Let's say, okay, you have 100,000 followers. If an influencer posts something, like, their followers are gonna go get it. Like, you know, that's how it works. With UGC, it doesn't matter your following, it just matters the way you present the information. Like, you are the user generating content for brands to use on their pages, not leveraging your own following. Because right now, I'm not a big influencer. I consider myself a micro influencer. And yes, my audience is engaged with me, and when I recommend products, you know, they'll tap in, they'll use my affiliate codes, but it's levels, you know? So that's what UGC is, and that is where the money resides. And it has been around for a while, but I think we're all a little late to the party, and that's okay, because better late than never. So my content creation journey, let's talk about that, because I can do that in my sleep. In the beginning of 2022, I had the goal of creating content, not necessarily for monetization, but I was taking social media seriously. That's just what I wrote down. That's what I said I was gonna do. I've always been good at social media. I have 2 degrees in marketing. I went to UGA for undergrad, got my degree in marketing. Go Dogs, big natty champs. How you talking about? And then I got my master's in marketing from Georgia State. And I've just always been the social media intern, the marketing girl, like, and I've just always taken pride in my social media presence. The pandemic, like, TikTok was just this fun new app, and we would dance on it. And then, you know, occasionally, I don't know what I started to see, but like, I guess Sunday resets started popping up and stuff like that. And it's just like, I saw all these like people, it just seemed like, oh wow, like you can like do a lot on social media, just like making TikToks. And like, obviously like money was a motivator, but that was not my main focus. I just wanted to grow my platform. And when I started to see growth, the results, like, it was addicting. So I started from January to June. I was just creating, you know, doing little trends, day in my life, like just little things. And I got to 1,000 followers in like June. And then I was eligible for a whole bunch of programs. So I first applied to Octoly. I'll put the logo somewhere, which is now Skeepers. And I literally just saw a TikTok. They were like, oh, I got a whole bunch of gifted collabs and this is what I use. And when I tell you, like, TikTok is now like Google, which is crazy, but like there's so much free information out there. You literally just have to put in the work and go get it. Like, just Google it, literally. And some people have literally laid it out for you. But anyway, so I applied for Octoly and I got approved. And it was just like, wow, like I'm officially in there. I was like, okay, Chris, like got you, heard you, her. And so then I started to apply directly on different websites, like for their brand ambassadorships. One of my first ones was with Aesthetica Cosmetics. And I get PR from them on a pretty regular basis and create content for them. And I love it. And then one of my first collabs was with Icon Swim. I didn't really post until, I don't even know, it's on Instagram somewhere, but all my links and stuff and coupon codes and all that will be in the description, because yeah, y'all need to be using my code. It's a win-win. Like, you get money off and I get commission, so period. Once I was eligible for those things, I just applied. Like, I've never been like, oh my gosh, like, what if I get rejected? Like, rejection is scary. A little bit of a stroke to your ego, but you just have to keep on trying until you get your yes. So, like, you have to want to actually work with these brands. It is going to come across as ingenuine, disingenuine. I feel like that's a double negative. Ingenuine, or like you don't want to do what you're doing. Like, if you're motivated by money, that is okay, but like it has to be more than that. It has to be deeper. I love content creation because it's just so rewarding seeing your creative ideas come to life, like literally be art. And as a marketer, it just runs in me. Like, that's what I know and I love to do. So I love content creation. I love the freedom that I have as a content creator. The 9-to-5 was draining me. Yeah, I know that eventually there's way more potential for me in content creation than trying to climb the corporate ladder. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what I wanted for myself. And who knows, I might find myself in somebody's 9-to-5 someday, but like, that's not the time for me right now. I'm in my content creation, influencer bag era right now. And I love it, and I have the time that I need to spend on myself. At some point in my video, I'll show y'all my portfolio. It'll also be linked below, and you'll see like I work with some pretty well-known brands, and I'm so proud because it's just such an honor to get free stuff from your favorite brands and to be able to create content for them. And some of my content has been posted on their pages before, so it's also rewarding. January to June of last year, I was just building my following, posting consistently, which is, I will continue to echo this throughout the video, y'all. Consistency is key. Everybody says that, but it's true. And I'm going to beat the dead horse, y'all. If you're not consistent, you're not going to grow. And it's like consistency makes people recognize you. You'll pop up on the For You page more. Like, consistency is just the key. Like, it's the key to everything in life. You see how the brows are already looking better? Don't play. Yeah, if you're not consistent, you can expect to fail. Or you'll succeed, it'll just take a very, very long time, and your chances are a lot slimmer. Because it's like, the only way I've been able to grow and like, people literally come up to me. I've been recognized in public before for my content. People are like, wow, I always see your videos, like you're so consistent, and that is what we love to see. Like, people want to get to know you and they want to get to know your content. And if you're not engaging, if you're not doing what you need to do, then how do you expect to grow? Something to think about. I post almost every day on TikTok, and for YouTube, I'm gonna post twice a week. I'm new here though, so like I'm focusing on quality over quantity. But yeah, I know I need to be consistent and like persistent. And that combo, chef's kiss. All the makeup I'm using, literally everything is in my ShopMy. ShopMy is a great platform for creators. Let me plug, if you need a referral, like, girl, like, I got you. You do have to apply. I would love to refer you. If you drop your email, let me know and I'll get right on that. But yeah, ShopMy is like an Amazon storefront, but it's like for every store that you could ever get commission on, and they even have a hub for brand collaboration. So I think it's perfect. I can recommend my favorite products, like this chubby whatever, like chubby buffer brush or something from Morphe. It's my favorite. So Octoly and Skeepers, Octoly, which is now Skeepers, is a major key. Y'all need to go apply. If you get rejected, keep on working and then apply again, because that's how I've been gifted a lot of this stuff. Also applied for the Amazon influencer program and I got that immediately. Honestly, y'all, I think like affiliate programs obviously work when you have a lot of following or like you go viral for it. So it's like promote, maybe go viral on a TikTok and be like, you know, it's in my bio, Amazon storefront, and boom, like you got all the money from it. But like, I feel like affiliate links are best for influencers, but you know, you never know. Like Necessaire, oh my gosh, that's also one of my first collaborations. So y'all definitely need to go apply to be a part of Necessaire's like community, creator community. They have such amazing products. I just love them. And yeah, it was one of my first collabs and I was just so excited. I've even started to get some, like they just send me stuff like no content required. So that's a little like, okay, I'm using my Aesthetica cosmetic sponge. It is just, it's already blended. Like, are you kidding? And let me tell you, once you get your gifted collabs, you can leverage that to get paid or just to be like you can consistently work with brands on that basis. Once you post your content, tag the brand, like use products you already have to create content. That's something I would definitely recommend for the UGC space. Like you don't need to go buy everything. I did a lot of that last year and I wish I didn't. I was trying to be don't soft life yourself into debt, okay? And you know, just use what you have and create content. It'll be more authentic anyway. For example, Patchology. If I go use my code Christelle15 for Patchology, they gifted me some under eye masks. Love them. Created video, linked that video to my ShopMy, a platform that they were on for brand collabs, and then they reached out to me and gave me the biggest PR package I have ever gotten. If I could put it on the screen somewhere, I will, but y'all, I was so surprised. I was not expecting all of that, just because like I was consistent and I like linked. Cross-posting, more exposure, like connectivity is so important in this space. Like have yourself, like put yourself out there and like link it all back to a central place. Definitely something I would recommend for my UGC creators. Ooh, the face is coming together. I like the bright under eye. You know, I have a little bit of British in my family, so I love a good UK girl makeup, like bright under eye. We're gonna use the Bobbi Brown, gifted to me via Octoly Skeepers. Skin Full Cover Concealer, Bobbi Brown in shade Almond. I honestly thought it would be darker, but I was glad when I got it. A little bit of product goes a long way because it's the perfect like brightening concealer. In the second half of last year, I was trying to get into UGC. I started off with a media kit. Canva is your absolute best friend. I recommend Canva Pro. I have it. I use it consistently. Also, shameless plug, I create media kits. I create UGC portfolios. You can check out mine. I created one for Unique, if you know Unique on TikTok. They are, I just love their content. I love them. So I created their portfolio. I've also created like quite a few. So check out my work. I will link my portfolio below, of course. And I'm an entrepreneur, so you can easily like book me to make your UGC portfolio. Yeah, so if you're not at the portfolio stage and you just want to have a media kit, definitely, like, I don't use mine anymore because I'm not gonna lie, like, people are really asking for portfolios these days, so I would recommend that you go ahead and make one of those. Like, I really started building my brand. I got a That Girl Christelle like Gmail. I was on Amazon. Like, all my things are always That Girl Christelle. Amazon, ShopMy, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Like, it's my brand and I wanted that connectivity. Pinterest, child, because apparently that's where the money resides. So I'm trying to tap in. Honestly, so the timeline of this, like July, August, September, I was still getting gifted. I was pretty satisfied getting gifted collabs, and then I realized how dissatisfied I was in my job. I was drained, and it was almost like I couldn't even create content because I was so tired from my job. And my job honestly was not hard. It was just a misalignment in values. I felt like I was wasting away, like I was not fulfilling my purpose, and like it was just like when you're also not getting paid and you have a master's degree, and just like, let me not do too much because, you know, I'm gonna just reel it back in. But, you know, I just knew it was not a good fit. And so I quit. I was at a point where I was just not eating in the day. I was just on my computer. It was fully remote, and I love the freedom that remote jobs give me. However, it was just really draining, you know, it was just not in alignment. And so I quit right before my birthday, and that was the best. Like the first 2 weeks, I was living on cloud nine. I was just doing whatever, getting massages, going shopping. I was sleeping. I was in the gym. I was with my friends. It was Taco Tuesday. It was Wine Wednesday. It was, I don't even know. I was outside, okay? And I don't even be outside for real. But that was the best little time period. And then I was like, oh, swear I'm not getting a check no more.
Grown people should never laugh.
That was a little interesting, and it still is. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. This is literally the craziest financial season I've ever been in. And I know it's like, you know, recession or whatever. Sorry, you know, Gen Z is not, we're not serious people, but I had to put me first. And it's like, I know I could have stayed at my job and had that consistent little money that was giving me, but I was so drained. I do not regret my decision at all because I know and I believe in myself and the potential that I have. And you know, I might have to get a little part-time something right now and still do my content creation full-time, but that's okay. I'm blessed. I'm lucky. I live at home. I'm 23. So if you're watching this and you're in your 20s and you're living at home, like, it's okay. Obviously, I wish I had the aesthetic high-rise apartment like all the influencers do, but I'm not, rent is not in the cards for me right now, and that's okay. I'm enjoying time at home with my family, and I get creative and make my aesthetic content in a non-aesthetic, like modern luxury apartment, you know? So I want to get that stipulation, because a lot of people are like, oh, can I even create content if I don't like live in this? Like, use what you have. I've created content in the car because the light was hitting. I found a wall and the sun was coming through. Like, get creative. Everything is angles. This is marketing. It's all marketing. Like, use what you have and make it pop. Like, stop making excuses. I could have been like, oh, I don't have a camera, so I'm just not gonna vlog. I'm using my phone. Like, use what you have to get what you want. This was one of my very first gifted products on Octoly. It's the Sephora collection, best skin ever foundation. Y'all, this foundation is $20. The Sephora collection, y'all need to stop sleeping on everything Sephora collection. Their products are so good and affordable, and like, I mean that. I love Sephora, y'all, and we're gonna be talking about Sephora. I'm not gonna say anything yet, but like, I'm gonna be collabing with them this year. We're speaking that into existence, and I'm gonna need y'all's help. So I hope y'all can come back and see, like, I'm not playing. I love Sephora, but we're not gonna do too much. We're just gonna do our foundation with them right now. Then I was like, okay, it's about to be a new year. I need to monetize my platforms because this is gonna be my job. So I was really researching the best like platforms for paid collaborations. And so I did some research, which means I went and found some TikToks, and I found the best platforms for UGC paid deals. And what I found was, let me make sure I have it all here. Okay, so Collie or Collie, I don't know how to say it, I'm not gonna lie. I personally haven't had luck on it yet, but they do have some great opportunities, and they range from like 100 to 1,000 is the most I've seen on there. They did have a recent mess up with Dyson though, so I don't know what's going on, but that is an option. Hashtag paid, I also have not had luck on there, but that was one on the list. There is Join Brands. I haven't filled out my my profile, but I'm going to. Incense, I've seen people have good luck with them. I have not. I'm being transparent. Maybe it'll work for you. It didn't work for me, but I'm gonna still share it. Twitter, apparently like middle of last year, 2022, like Twitter was the place for UGC collabs. There was like some scandal earlier this month that there were some fake UGC jobs. They were like, yeah, follow, retweet, like, and yeah, some people literally admitted that they were posting fake UGC jobs to gain fame on Twitter. And it's just like, ugh, like DTM, like, why would you even do that? Like, that's really weird behavior. But anywho, a lot of brands post on Twitter for UGC like deals and opportunities, and it's just really honestly a great community. Like, it's a really tight-knit community of people in UGC on Twitter. And then there's a platform called Obviously. I've applied to some of there. I'm currently waiting to hear back, but they had some really great opportunities on there, and like they actually did like come through and you can apply, and like those are like the you getting paid thousands if you get chosen. So, and then good faithful, you know, Upwork and Fiverr. I have accounts on both of those. We're just striving. We're keeping the faith, and we're just pushing it. Even if we haven't had luck yet, that doesn't mean we'll never have luck. So, period. Upwork is very saturated. Like, a lot of the jobs have like 20 to 50 proposals already, but it's like, don't let that stop you. You applied to get into your school with thousands of other people. Like, apply, you shoot your shot. You just never know. Like, and I think that's like the major advice I would give to people. There has been a rise in pitching on Amazon. It is like, it's a couple of steps. It's a little bit of work, as is this whole field, but it's like, it's possible. You go to the page, like you go to the products and you go to the seller page, and then you ask the seller a question, and then you click the item, and then you click other, and then you click ask a question or something, and then you pitch to them. Now, you cannot use your email or portfolio link. They'll remove the message, but you can just be like, hi, I am da 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 da, and I love your products and I would love to promote them. Can I ask them, can I get the contacts of your marketing or PR person or whatever? And then sometimes they'll respond back and they'll be like, no, we don't do that. And sometimes they'll be like, yes, here's the email, and they'll like send you a picture or a file of it, or they'll tell you to message them on Instagram. A lot of people say pitch on Instagram, and I think why I haven't had luck is I've been pitching to like Laneige. I'm gonna get that Laneige PR, y'all. I say it almost every video. I don't know how, but I'm gonna get that PR. Yeah, find like a smaller brand, and there's like a lot of TikToks and just list out there brands that like will actually respond to your DMs. But yeah, like big enough but small enough to like they will actually respond to you. You know, maybe a big brand will respond to you, you never know, but like, you know, be for real, but like be delusional, but be for real at the same time. I saw a TikTok video, and 3 hours later I tried it and got a deal. Like, do it. Like, stop waiting, stop saving videos on TikToks and never going back to them. Like, do it. All the brands in Target usually work with creators, and I won't lie, a lot of the brands on Octoly, which is now Skeepers, are like, oh, go into Target and like show you finding the thing. So I know it makes sense. Like Curology, 8 Greens, Love Wellness. What else? There's been a lot of brands I've seen that want to gift you that are also at Target. So I'm currently like in the works of pitching to them. Whatever your favorite brand is, go to their contact, go to their about, and if they have a PR or partnerships email, you email them your pitch, email them your portfolio, and you go from there. Like, cold DMing people, it's a good way to get in the list, or like talk to somebody. And I feel like when you ask a question, that's the best way to get a response, because if you just send your information, it might go to spam. But I'm finding like the pitches that work the best, like end in a question. So for gifted, we have Octoly, which is now Skeepers. Affiliate is like Amazon or Shop My, like for commissions. And then for paid, we have #paid, obviously, Incense, some on Twitter, Upwork and Fiverr, which are like freelance-y type of programs. And then I also just saw TikTok, they post a lot on Indeed about it, and then instead of applying on Indeed, like go find the person like on LinkedIn or find their email or something, and then cold pitch them that way. Y'all, I'm a beginner, I'm not gonna lie. I say maybe intermediate, because I already have, you know, some gifted and some paid, not like making the hundreds and the thousands yet. That's very soon though. I have to believe. Faith without works is dead. So you better be doing the work, and you better be believing, because without both of those things, it's just not gonna happen. Like, you have to encourage yourself, because it is a hard journey. Don't get caught up in the glitz and glam. Don't like be like, yeah, period, oh, I'm about to be a content creator and I'm just gonna get all the money in the world. Honestly, like, maybe I'm not delusional enough, or maybe I'm not, like, I don't know. I'm just being for real with y'all. Like, it's possible that your very first UGC deal will be 10,000, but it's a small possibility, and I want y'all to be not surprised if it's a slow start. But once it starts to pick up, it gets picked up, it gets picked up. So period. Laura Mercier is that girl, and she also gifted me the new and improved translucent powder, gifted from Laura Mercier. This is a $40+ product, and they gifted it to me on Skinprep. If you are on a platform that I didn't mention, or if you've had luck elsewhere, please drop it down in the comments. Like, we're all trying to grow, we're all trying to get a bag. The amount of work it takes to do video content creation, y'all, like, do not sleep on yourself and do not undercut yourself. $150 for one video minimum. But yeah, we talked about platforms for gifted, we talked about platforms for paid, and then it's like cold DMing, Instagramming, emailing. Like, you have to put yourself out there. Go to the contact us page, go on LinkedIn and connect with somebody in the marketing department. Like, if you want this, you gotta work for it. Okay, so for my creators, babe, pitch with a P. You have to put your pitch out there, perfect it, craft it, gain inspiration from other creators, buy their pitches, make it your own. Mine is essentially like, introduce yourself, be authentic about why you love the brand or why you would love to work with them, talk about what you do, and talk about your audience. It's not, oh, I would love to get free merch and post it on my, like, we're not taking that approach. We're saying, my audience, my following, my followers would love to see or they would really benefit because they are of this demographic, or they are in your target audience. Like, lead with your audience, because that's what the brand cares about, respectfully. They care about you, yes, so you're their creator, but like, they want to know what they're about to get from it. Like, it's a pitch. Like, they have to see how they're gonna benefit as well. Consistency is key. Consistency is king. Consistency is queen. Consistency, if you're not going to be consistent, like, y'all, like, you have to be. And it's easy to get deflated. It truly is. But you have to keep going. Make that portfolio, change it up. Don't be like everybody else. That's the thing, you know, Canva is templated. So it's probably going to be another creator using the same font or the same layout. So tweak it, you know, like, make sure it's you. Do your research. Everything is on the internet. There's videos. I'm making a video. There's TikToks. There's Twitter threads. There's articles. Do your research, y'all. UGC content creation, it's hard. It's not easy, but it is worth it and it is enjoyable. So don't be discouraged. You might get some no's. You probably will get some no's. You probably will run into people who don't understand what UGC is. So sometimes you need to explain that and like the benefit of it. And sometimes because people don't understand it, they're gonna speak negatively to you, or they're gonna be like, what are you doing? Like, and you have to be able to tune that out. Like, this is new. Marketing is new. The world has changed. The digital space has changed and technology has advanced, and not everybody's gonna get it. But the girls that get it, and the girls that don't. And it's just like, they'll be fine. The day you plant the seed is not the same day you eat the fruit. And I know I've said that in another video, but it's really important to me because sometimes it's just hard because it's comparison. Like, you see everybody and their mother around you getting all these paid collabs and all this stuff. And it's just like, that's why comparison is so dangerous. Because first of all, sometimes people don't even tell the whole truth. That's the only thing about like influencing and like, you know, with UGC, I'm determined to be authentic, but it's just like, at the end of the day, they're paying you to say all the positive things. Like, I've been gifted some products that I used for the video and haven't used again because there's other better products, but like, you know, just don't lie. Like, be authentic, like, for real, because this journey is hard. So try not to compare yourself and just be grateful for where you are. Like, yes, I want to get to the next level where I'm being paid enough to like live stably off of my UGC content at least, or that's one stable like income. But there was a time where I wasn't getting paid anything. I was just getting gifted. And then there was a time where I wasn't even getting gifted. So just like remind yourself that you're, what's it called? Like, you're probably living in at least one of your prayers. So like, you know, Like, be grateful. Some people are capped up when it comes to UGC, so take some stuff with a grain of salt. But I'm gonna be transparent. I'm gonna tell y'all how it is every time. So like, if I haven't said it in a while, please like, comment, and subscribe. We're all supporting each other here. So if you're on this journey, drop it in the comments. Like, we need to foster a supportive environment, because content creation is a whole, like, if you know, you know. Like, that's what content creation is. And it's like, we have to support each other. We have to. If there's something you know, and you, like, don't gatekeep. I never understood gatekeeping, because it's almost better when you put people on. It's like, period. The journey is hard, but don't forget to remain authentic, to be yourself, to be consistent. I hope y'all understand me and hear me when I say be consistent, because without consistency, you will simply not succeed. I have to give it to you straight like that. And that goes for everything. That goes for if you're on a wellness journey. If you're trying to improve anything, you need to do it consistently. Consistency is hard because motivation is, what's the word? Like, it's not always going to be there. But it comes to discipline and routine, and I'm really bad at it. Like, honestly, being a creator, it's like when you're in the groove, you're in the groove. So you sometimes, like, I don't eat because I'm just in a really productive space, and it's really bad because I want to be holistic. I want to be well. Like, I want to focus on my wellness. So like, create a schedule. As a creator, it's easy to wind up with late nights and to be in your room, to be in your content space. But like, just remember to take a break, take a breather. We got this. It is so possible. It is so possible. And you have to remind yourself, that influencer, that creator, that person that you see and you want to be like, that can be you. You wish that was you, but it could be you. With some hard work, with some consistency, you're golden. And that's the thing. Like, I understand, like, I don't have a 9-to-5 right now, so I have a whole bunch of time to create. But it's like, if you really set in a routine and like, you're really like working on it, you can't go wrong. Sometimes people are not gonna they're not gonna understand UGC or support what you're doing. Like, the people you expect to support you will surprise. Like, strangers are more supportive than sometimes family, friends, other creators. Like, it's crazy. It's a little weird. Because I'm a lover girl. I'm a supporter girl. I want us all to eat. Like, it's weird when you don't want somebody to eat. But anyway, folks be lying. In this journey, you want to support yourself with like people who get it, because the girls that don't get it will continue to not get it. Okay, it's coming together. I know y'all might not see the vision yet, but it's coming together. Okay, now I'm gonna take my faves. These were gifted to me. Estetica. This is in shade Vulgar. It is a nice brown, but in the middle we're gonna use chiffon to give us a nice like ombre. This is like the final look. And that's the thing, you have to trust the process as a creator, as a UGC girl, because in the end, it'll always be something beautiful. The journey is hard, and I'm still in the midst of it. And it's like, that's the next thing. I could have been like, oh, I'm not gonna make a video about UGC until I make it big. Girl, post the content. Maybe you don't even want to do UGC, you just want to post your content. Post it. I just posted it because people were like, oh my gosh, how do you not like feel cringe, or how do you get over the fear of judgment? Like, oh my gosh, look at her posting content. Like, I have never been around somebody who's thought like that, first of all. And then it's like, if you are thinking like that, actually, yeah, it's giving come here, because we about to have a little talk. If you're afraid of posting your content, like, girl, what's stopping you? If you have haters, like, for real, first of all, why are they blocked? Second of all, it's like, it's weird. It speaks more of people. If you think people are, if you in fact have people sitting around talking down on you, or somebody has been like, ugh, you're creating content, you want to be an influencer so bad, like, be mindful of those little slick comments, y'all, because they are never really slick. I've gotten a few slick comments and I'm like, okay, I got you. I peep what you're trying to do, but you're not going to speak fear or negativity into my plans. And it's like, one, if you have people speaking negativity or fear because they couldn't do it, cut it. Set that boundary. And if you're not good at setting boundaries, because I'm kind of a 0 to 1,000 person, and that's like, people think I'm very nice, and I am very nice, but that's because if I were to be mean, it would be too mean. So it's like, I choose to be nice, and I choose silence when I could be confrontational, because yeah. Anyway, we're not gonna get into that. Block negativity. I've gotten a questionable comment on my TikTok. Block it. Don't internalize it. These are people with faceless accounts, fake accounts, and they don't deserve any time of your day, period. I say that to say, people in your corner should be supporting you. Count on people supporting you, not on people speaking negatively on your content, speaking negatively on you. If that actually does happen, block them. Who are they anyway? Are they giving you brand deals? Are they paying your bills? And if they are paying your bills, because sometimes the biggest haters come from in your family. We don't want to talk about that though. We don't want to talk about that. And I'm not saying my family be hating on me, because they love me and they support me, but sometimes they're not going to get it. They're not going to get it. And sometimes they'll make an unnecessary comment. I'll say that, but it's like, people are going to say what they want to say. You're on social media. People can leave a comment on this video that I might not like. You have to get a tougher skin, and I'm very sensitive, and I've been like really worried about that, but I can't let the fear of what others might say stop me. Like, because it's like, when you start and you're consistent and you see how it can all come together for you, you're gonna be like, man, I wish I started this sooner. You don't want to do that, you know? So this is your sign. Like, post your content. People want to see you, and there's so many people in the world. You'll find your people. Like, there's people post anything. There are people farther ahead than you are with less, like, they really like just be posting anything, and they're farther ahead because they believe in themselves, and they decided to shoot their shot, and they decided to be consistent, and they decided to post. Anything and everything is content, but don't forget to live in the moment on occasion. Like, you'll get those comments that'll be like, here she go, y'all, she gotta take a picture for the vlog, she gotta take a picture of the food. Yeah, it doesn't affect y'all. Like, you have to learn to get slick with it. I get real quick with it. Like, people won't even know when I'm vlogging or recording sometimes, because it's like, just do it. Like, this is what we do. This is how we make money. This is, the girls that get it, and the girls that don't. And just be mindful, know your limits, take breaks, eat, rest. Faith thought works is dead. So do the work and believe. Block out the negativity. Easier said than done. And sometimes you're gonna have a day where it's like, I hate this. Why am I not getting any paid collabs? Why is my account not growing? I be comparing myself, y'all, because it's just crazy, because I know people are reaching out to me like I'm the expert, because I'm farther ahead in my journey than they are. But I'm looking at other people like, wow, everything they post goes viral. Wow, they got this brand to work with them. Wow. And then people are looking at you like that, and like, it's just like, everybody's different, everybody's story is different, and that's why comparison is so pointless. So I want y'all to really try, and I'm speaking to myself too, like, try to not compare yourself, because the journey is hard. It's not easy, but it is worth it, and it is possible. It's not by any means impossible, and I'm saying that as somebody who's like in the middle, honestly, beginning of their journey. Like, we have to give ourselves grace, and we have to trust the process, and it's gonna be fine. I'm excited. I know this is gonna be a great year for me and my content. Like, I just have a feeling, and nobody can speak fear, negativity, or doubt into me, and I want y'all to have that same mentality. It's not cringe, and it's just like, other people aren't thinking about us as much as we think they are. Like in your head, it's easy for anxiety and like just fear to like take control of your brain and be like, oh my gosh, they're thinking you're so cringe, you're so embarrassing, like, log off of the app. Like, it's social media. And sometimes I have to remind myself, like, although I kind of have a career in it, like, social media is literally like, it's just social media. Like, I work in marketing. We're not saving lives. It's fine. It's fine. I'm a late bloomer in a lot of different senses, and I've been considering talking about that for a while. I don't think I'm like ready to do it yet. The late bloomer and the underdog, they tend to win in the end. So slow and steady wins the race. That's what I'm gonna say. We're all on the journey together. I want us all to eat, period. So please support me, shop my links, you know, follow me. Let's share the tips, let's share the love. Like, I pride myself on being transparent, on not gatekeeping, because we all need to eat. So like, yeah, give yourself grace. You're just starting out. You're not gonna be amazing at things immediately. And I had to let that go. Like, I used to literally be boohoo crying over stuff like when I wasn't good at it immediately. And that's, you know, the struggles of being a gifted, accelerated kid, an overachiever, people pleaser. But like, if you give yourself permission to be a beginner, you will be surprised at how many things you're good at. Like, it's okay to get a no. Like, some people are gonna be rude when you pitch to them. Some people are not gonna respond. Some people are gonna offer you a crazy low price, and sometimes you're gonna be willing to take it, but it's all working out. It's all working out. It's just the beginning. The best is yet to come. And yeah, like, I know I jumped around a lot. As I get better at YouTube, because I am a beginner right now, and as I get better in my journey, I'll definitely like making more structured videos. I'm so appreciative of every single one of you, especially if you made it to this point in the video. Like, it means the world to me, and however I can support you all as well, please let me know. But yeah, it's Christelle at That Girl Christelle on all platforms. Make sure to connect with me. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if there are any questions, or if you have something you want me to talk more about, because I'm always in need of video ideas, let me know. If you have any makeup tips or any products that you love, yeah, I love this. I will see y'all in the next video. As always, much love, period. And